We wanted to know how many Rochester area workers will be losing their jobs. Kodak isn't saying right now. Kodak says it will break the numbers down locally when workers are actually let go and they have to notify the State Department of Labor. But the last figure that the company gave for Rochester is the final 2011 employment number. In January, Kodak employed just 5,100 people in this area, down from more than 60,000 in the early 1980s. Kodak uses the term headcount reduction and says the annual savings of this latest cost cutting will be about $330 million. I spoke with 22-year Kodak employee Andy Lawrence. He says the company's apparent inability to sell its portfolio of patents for billions of dollars is hurting the company.
It's unfortunate that, we're in this position, but I believe that Kodak has the right stuff in order to participate in the markets it wants to participate in, but without the cash, it's going to be hard.
Brighton Securities' George Conboy says Kodak is playing the same old recording that we've heard before.
Continued disappointment in the incredible shrink in Kodak.
I asked Conboy about the Kodak statement that says, quote, an analysis of further operational and workforce reductions is underway.
In English, our back's against the wall. We can't operate the way we have.
And Conboy repeated his strong criticism of CEO Antonio Perez.
The butcher of State Street. Look at what's happened to revenues since 2005. Look at what's happened to profits since 2005. Shareholder dividends, stock price, number of employees, number of facilities. Any measure you want. Kodak's slope was straight down until January of this year when it went off a cliff.
I also spoke with 30-year Kodak employee Joe Portanova, whose job was sold to Carestream Health several years ago. I asked if it worked out well for him and his fellow Carestream employees that he's no longer a Kodak worker.
Absolutely. Back in 2007, when Carestream Health was formed, it was an excellent solution for Kodak to sell off that business unit. At the time, it meant the same job for me, the same pay, similar benefits, and it was nice for these Kodak employees to bring over the years of service.
Reaction to the Kodak announcement from County Executive Maggie Brooks, who says it's important to remember that the local economy is no longer defined by Kodak. She hopes any local worker that loses their job will be able to, quote, capitalize on the strength of the local economy and find a job soon. Mayor Richards was not available today, but he did say before that bankruptcy is a painful process, but is the best chance for Kodak to remain a sustainable company. The Rochester Business Alliance, which speaks for many area businesses, had no comment on this today.
Bankruptcy may sustain Kodak, but as George Conboy alluded to, Ray, shareholders continue to take it on the chin.
Well, they haven't gotten a dividend in many years, Rich. You know, that money that was paid out in dividends was used for the digital transformation. George Conboy says the stock was trading at about $30 a share when Perez took over. It is now a penny stock, just 25 cents a share, around there. It was, get this, $95 a share adjusted for inflation as recently as 1997.
Yep, and closed at 20 cents a share today. Ray Lovato with our report tonight. Thanks, Ray.